Goldsmith, this is how we get customers for Goldsmith shops, small Goldsmith shops in Stockholm. So most Goldsmiths tend to just have one system of acquisition. So number one, they just kind of tell people they know that they are doing this stuff, that they have custom made jewelry rings and that they can come, they can bring friends, right? So they have kind of a mix of a warm outreach acquisition system and a mix of referral acquisition system. But how do we systematize this for it to become kind of mechanical and for you to have consistent amount of customers from both? So this is what we do. This is I'm not saying this is what every goldsmith should do, but this is what we do, and this is what we found. I'll show you the numbers later, right? This is what we found works the best. So we have two systems of acquisition, one called the front end acquisition system and then the back end acquisition system. So the front end acquisition system is not warm outreach. Instead of it's paid advertisement. So the reason we do paid advertisement is that it gets the most amount of leads. It gets very qualified amounts of leads, believe it or not, and you can do it very fast. Okay, so that's it. So we normally advertise on Facebook and Instagram. The reason we don't advertise on TikTok is that we have found that TikTok's targeting, especially in Sweden, not very good. Okay, so that's why we don't do it on TikTok. Maybe later we'll start, but for now we don't do it on TikTok. We just do it on Facebook and Instagram. It gets a lot of good results. About 80+% of the Swedish population is just on Meta, so Facebook and Instagram, right? So that's why we do it on Facebook and Instagram. And then what we do after we run the lead generation ad, we just book them appointments, in-face appointments. So we either text them through our cell phone or call them, but that is the lead nurture part. So we have the lead generation part, we have the lead nurture part, and then the last part of the front end acquisition system is the sales system. Okay? So what we do in the sale is make sure that advertisement is profitable. Like being able to get customers is profitable, right? That's the whole point of this. So our goal is to get, let's say we get one customer, we make sure that we sell them either very expensive items or a bunch of pretty expensive items, right? So that we can pay for not only their acquisition, but the acquisition of the second person, right? So that's what we make sure to do. So the way we do this is just we price anchor our jewelry items, right? And then we just upsell them, right? We upsell them. After they take the upsell, we directly cross sell them to another item. Let's say they came in, the most common one we always use, the most common example we always use is the wedding ring. So let's say after they need the wedding ring, what else do they need? Well, they need wedding earrings. Well, after wedding earrings, what do they need? Some bangles, some beautiful bracelet, right? A wedding bracelet. After that, what do they need? Well, they will want to keep that, right? So we sell them a cleaning and maintenance kit, right? So we cross sell them a bunch. And we do that in a very natural way so that they actually buy, right? If, for example, which happens, they don't take our upsell, well, we just downsell them so that we don't lose the sale, right? We just downsell them and then we cross sell them again, all those other stuff, right? After the last part of the sales system is asking for referrals. So we do this with our referral bonus. So, for example, who else do you know that will want this, right? So we ask for friends and family of the customer who would actually want our jewelry items, and we give them a bonus for giving us the referral. Now, we don't ask for one referral, we ask for three. Okay, so very important. If you just ask for one, maybe giving them the discount or a gift is not maybe worth it. Actually, it's always worth it, but most goldsmiths do not think it's worth it. They don't want to do it. So we ask them for three. That's it. Okay. So that's the front end acquisition system. We get leads by posting ads, then we book the in-face appointments. When they walk in, we price anchor them, we upsell them, we cross sell them. If they don't take the upsell cross sell, we give them the downsell plus cross sell. The minute we close, we ask for the three referrals, we give them the bonus. Boom. End of story. That is, we sold the first person, but now we have the referrals, right? So we got those referrals basically for free. We gave them a discount, obviously, in the things or a gift, right? The bonuses, whichever they pick. And then, so now we have the referrals. So we basically do the same thing with the referrals. We call the referrals, we book the appointments, right? And then we give them the exact same sales system. And then we ask for the three referrals again from that same person. That's it. And we just do that consistently. There is nothing special about it. We just do it consistently. Every person that walks in, we upsell them, we cross sell them, we downsell them, we give them the referral bonus, we get the referrals, and then we do it all over again. And then what we do is resells. So the reason we put obviously resells in the back end is that resells happen after they have become the customer, obviously, right? So we just resell them again after 90 days, right? So they buy from us after 90 days. We call them up, back up again, and we say, hey, you have been the customer. Because you are the customer, we are given this huge 50% discount. Normally, buyer behavior, what we have seen and that we have read a lot of as well, is that if, for example, you give them a 20% discount, they don't care. Like no one cares. But if they see a half off, right, a 50% off, then they buy. And the way we make money off of those like 50% off, if we just go back to the sales system, right? So there is this 50% off that they are walking into, right? But then we just cross sell them on that 50% and we make up the 50, right? So that's how we get more customers. That's how we keep customers coming in on the back end as well. So, but a key important thing, if your service, for example, is bad, they won't give you the referrals, one, and then they won't keep giving you referrals. I mean, like the referrals won't give you referrals. Like no one will come back into your shop, right? You will just be burning through the front end of acquisition system. Like you will be getting cold leads, right? And you will turn them into customers, yes, no doubt. But you won't, like, you need both acquisition systems so that you can actually scale instead of bloating, right? So if you just have the front end, you'll just, like, next month you will just have to go search for more customers with ads, right? We don't want that to be the case. We want to have a stable customer base. Obviously, we are goldsmiths, right? So we are not in the recurring revenue, but we are in the reoccurring revenue. So we are not a Netflix that we pay every month with a subscription. But if our sales system is good, our product is good, our service is good, then people will just keep coming back because we can resell them, right? A Coca-Cola, basically. No one is subscribed to monthly subscription of a Coca-Cola, but people, after they get the first drink, they come back again and again. Most people, right? Most people who like Coca-Cola, right? So that is the way we do it. This is the most simple way because one is like the tech stuff is literally just making a lead gen ad on Facebook and Instagram. That's it. There's no more tech, right? And then all the rest is the same script, the same system, the same way. That's it, and that's why we do it. So the backend system, the only thing that differs is that we are not running an ad to get a referral. They are just coming in, right? Which is what we want, right? These are free customers, right? We didn't pay anything for them, basically, right? So that is how we do it. If you're a goldsmith and you have found a better way, please comment on the video. Tell us how you did it. But this is the way we found works best. Now, just to give you the numbers, from ads, our best performing ad got about 116 leads for 26 days. The reason we run 26-day campaign is that we can manage the organic, we can manage referrals and the ads just in the 26-day period. We haven't learned how to do it for longer or for less time either to get the maximum amount of leads, right? So 116 leads was our number one best performing ad in 26 days. Again, remember, this is not spending 100,000 kronor or something like that, right? This is like, we have a limited budget for the first campaign. And then obviously the sales system makes it so that we can just grab money and put it back into the advertising campaign, right? So we get, let's take our best campaign, 26 days, 116 leads. We booked our appointments, which was about 50% of the leads. It was not great, right? 50% leads. And then we sold about nine of them in our high price anchor of them in 26 days. So for what I think what happened was that because we sold so much, we were able to go get more leads, obviously, right? And that is what helped. Now, I'm not saying it will work for everyone. What we did, for example, just to clarify what we did in the ads, we just put a woman with beautiful jewelry. So we put a woman with jewelry on, and then we said Stockholm City, ladies wanted, and then we just inserted our offer, and all of that in big bold text in kind of like pink and white text. That's what we did. Okay, so if you want to copy it, copy it. I hope it works. Obviously, we had the hook, we had the copy, we had the creative. That's the creative, and then we had a headline. Obviously, the CTA. In the booking appointments, we did have some nuance. So we gave them a free gift before they booked an appointment, so they were more likely to book an appointment. But it worked better than not given the gift, but it didn't work massively better. Like it wasn't like if you don't do it, you won't lose much money. Don't worry about it, right? So that's it. That's what we did. Front end acquisition system. We asked for the referrals. I think the referral part and the cross sell part was by far the most important part of the sales system. That's it. That's what we found. Um, but we will keep looking into it. And then the referrals part, when the referrals came in, three referrals each, right, from nine. That's a lot of referrals. Now, not all the referrals came in, right, but three customers anyway. We did exactly the same that we did here. And then all the customers, like all the referrals and all the people who came from the front end, after 90 days, we just resold them. That's it. We just came in for a 50% down for all past customers. When do you want to come in tonight? Like it's here for the next 2 days. When do you want to come in tonight? Right? 50% off. Now or never. Let's go. So they came in, and then we just we just again back to the sales system. So wherever you get customers, you could just do this exact same sales system, and you will make your money, right? So that's what we have found. I hope this was valuable for you, goldsmiths, and yeah, try it, and let's see what happens.